I'm just surprised that you have a Google sheet like him.
Oh, I love.
No, because we always tease him about his sheets, right?
Yeah.
And then you actually have one.
No,
Oh my god,
I-
you're such a hypocrite.
Yeah,
I do know that there are some couples that even after married, right? Like, yesterday the dinner $10.
Wow. Yeah, so, yeah.
Eee, gross, yeah.
Like you haven't paid me back. that
Married,
kind.
eh?
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Hot Pot, where we hop into different transitions in life. I'm Q.
I'm Joey.
I'm Nick, and today we have two very special guests with us. It's Amanda and Justin.
Hello.
Please introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Amanda.
I'm Justin. I'm Amanda's husband.
You heard it here first.
Who wears the pants?
Amanda's wife.
Who wears the pants in this really?
Actually, I'm wearing his pants.
Literally, yes.
Literally, I'm wearing his pants now.
Wow.
Is this a thing where couples share clothes?
No, I was a bit upset that I could fit into his pants, but
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Never mind.
You look great. You look great.
No, you look wonderful. I think I
Thank you.
cannot pull my husband's pants past my knees.
but yes. How long have we been married for?
I think 2 years, almost 3.
3 years.
2 years plus 3 years. Yeah.
Do you all always forget how long you've been together with your partners?
Nope.
No.
That was a very fast nope.
My 1 year anniversary is next week.
Congrats!
Congrats.
But a bit stressed. Because I've not planned anything at all.
You don't say this kind of things.
No, but this will air after the anniversary. So, so I still got 4 or 5 days to sort it out.
Anyway, today's topic is something that is more relevant for most couples, and it's all about managing couple finance. Be it dating or married, as long as you are in a relationship, we are going to get into the specifics on couple finance. So, Amanda and Justin, I assume you guys manage your finances very well.
I think so. I think so. Yeah, I think so.
That's
They
why
quite sick,
we are
They like manage their mouse game damn strong one.
His mouse game is very strong.
Yeah, the word is not there. It's mine.
Okay. Yeah. 3 years, definitely.
So what's the dynamics between the two of you? Who's the one that's managing all the finances?
I'm the princess.
Hey,
I
I would love to
love
be in that
that.
position. Wow.
I'm
Are
the
you
princess.
at like Vanessa Carlton level? Like 1,000 miles?
1,000 is very little.
I'm half a
Yeah.
million.
Can I just
Yeah,
make
you
that
say
joke?
that or not?
I'm half a million.
Yeah, I'm half a million.
Oh my god.
So, how financially savvy are you guys?
Oh, why must I ask this kind of question?
Okay, I look at him. How financially savvy are you?
I think okay lah. I think okay.
Hey, don't like that. You just said half a mil.
Half a million miles.
Miles,
It's not money. Hello.
No, it's still
Very different, huh?
My net worth is 500k.
Mouse.
I love. You're so gonna use that from now, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, if I'm primary school, he's in university. That's like the level of.
Yeah, the game we play
Savviness.
is I try to give her like finance acronyms and see whether she can guess.
Then is it like every time you try to teach or educate, then they will listen like 10, she will listen 10 seconds, then like...
I think she will put the effort to try to understand. And
wow.
now she's getting better at it already.
Why you say
so I appreciate
they,
it.
You get chess, right?
Subconsciously.
Yes, Freudian slip. Eh?
Sorry, babe.
No.
But no, because his level is at a level where, how to say, he must really like explain like I'm 4 years old.
Layman terms.
Really layman
Gentle
terms.
parenting vibes?
Yes, gentle.
Wow.
Although sometimes a bit getting not very gentle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sometimes just don't parent, just do only.
Yeah, he'll like, never mind, I do lah. Or if not, like for example, now whatever credit cards I'm using, right, it's all his.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that he can clock like the miles and the
Yeah.
Oh,
points.
no
and
wonder
so
half
on.
a meal lah.
Is
Yeah.
this our weaponized incompetence?
Yes, I think so.
But it's like, it's cute.
It's cute to be a princess.
Hey, no, but I have some friends, the dynamics is flipped, no? So it's like the wife that is the one that is like the mouse chaser and like the financially savvy one. And then the husband is the passenger princess.
That's why I
Yeah.
got so much white hair.
So I
Yeah.
think the important thing is that in every couple, as long as got one.
Yes.
In your dynamics? I mean,
Me
obviously
lah.
you. Sorry, I'm looking at Joey.
I think we're both pretty chill, actually. Like, I do have some friends that like, are like invest, like, and then I just some friends who are like, we're okay, and they do really well, and I take comfort in that because I find that when people say it's passive, right, it's really not passive. Every day they're checking, like every day they check the stocks, and I'm like, I can't deal with that.
So actually, for a lot of couples, talking about finances can be quite challenging and awkward at the start. So how do you guys first broach the topic?
I think it started from when he had his own business at that time. So at that time he was
Struggling artist. Yeah, struggling artist.
He was
yeah,
struggling.
yeah.
So he had his own business. So like the concept of money to him is very important.
Cash flow is your
Yeah.
lifeblood, right? So
Yes.
every dollar you spend, you are like, oh, don't dare to spend.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
through that, I learned a lot.
Yeah, I think I spoke about this online before. I went on my first date with him. we went to eat fried chicken. And then that fried chicken was like, it came out to be around like $17 per person. Then after he said something that made me very guilty, you know, he said, wow, $17. Then he joked like, he didn't mean it in a mean way. He said, oh, that's like my food budget for the entire week.
It's true. That's why
And I was like, and I made him eat like $17 per person fried
He had the
chicken.
corner like sucking the cartilage off. Like,
Yes!
I do that either way lah. Don't let that.
I'm like that.
I do it anyway.
I cannot finish. Then I put there, maybe I tapao. Then he was like, I cannot finish. I don't waste food. It was probably like his one good meal, right, for the entire week. Yeah, but although he was poor at that time, I saw like potential. I saw like the ambition that he had to, you know, one day be a bit more comfortable.
This is our
financially.
investment.
to be an
This is our investment.
It's an investment. Yeah, it was a big gamble.
Now got dividend already.
Yeah.
But when did it become serious when it comes to the conversation of money?
I think when we started to talk about like
My
the
house,
next
is it?
step. Yeah,
My
like
house that time, right?
So at this point, together already or not together?
together already. After that, we started talk about like the future and then like what we potentially have to pay for and like what kind of lifestyle that we envision for ourselves. Because some people like they are satisfied with, for example, let's say holidays. They're very satisfied with going to maybe somewhere around Southeast Asia once a year, and that's totally fine. But we like to travel, and we hope that we can travel like maybe twice a year minimum. When we talk about finances like house, like insurance, like if we have kids next time, then the money thing started to like so yeah. Then after that we talked about like, you know, the whole like job thing lah.
Is it uncomfortable for all the couples?
Not really lah for me.
Not really leh.
no, I don't think so. I think if it's uncomfortable, then there needs to be the conversation.
In fact, if it's uncomfortable, right, then why are you all together?
Yeah.
It's like a big part of the relationship.
Okay, so do you guys combine finances as a couple?
Yes.
Yeah. We have a joint account.
Yeah, we have a joint
All
account.
the both salaries go into the same account.
Yeah, so
Because I think it unlocks also some savings, budget savings, like, you know, tiering lah.
He's all about that future planning.
Yeah.
You guys?
Yeah, same lah.
You put both your salaries in one account.
No.
Oh, okay.
Separate. Because
Yeah.
based on the amounts that you are earning, if you hit a certain tier and then
Yep.
you leave a certain amount of money in a certain account,
Got the highest interest
then
rate.
you collect interest. Then expenditure is whatever makes the most sense in terms of like your rewards lah.
So the joint account is for you guys to just park some money in every month.
Yeah, but then at the same time, I don't hold a lot of cash. Like beyond like your emergency.
Dry powder.
Yeah.
What? Can teach us?
Prickly heat is like old
The
man
three of
thing.
us. The three
So
of us
when
only
the
know the
market crash,
baby
you can
powder.
whack.
Yeah. So basically, there are two schools of thought. Some
Yeah.
people say that like you need to have cash to go in when the market is down.
Yeah.
Other people are like don't time the market, just average out every month.
Yeah.
So
I'm a bit
then
of
for
both
me,
lah.
I'm more towards the latter where I'm like, okay lah, I will just every month then I don't think so much because I don't want to go and overanalyze like different industries and things like that lah.
Joey's nodding, but
Mine's
she
the
can't relate.
prickly heat snake powder.
Sure, eh?
Cooling powder, very good.
But how's your situation?
Same. We have a joint account because we are planning for a life in the US. It's a bit tricky for us because right now we're working together and all the money comes through my accounts. And then eventually when we're in the US, so we have an account in the US where we parked like our wedding money and we kind of like growing two separate accounts. So I handle the Singapore side, he handles the US side. And so that we at least have a little bit both places.
Put more here.
You got offshore account eh?
No lah. Is that why?
No.
No, that's not it. That's not it.
But what are the benefits of having a joint account?
Beyond the practical and functional like aspect of okay, you based on the products that are on offer in the market, then you max out, right? I think there's also the element of accountability lah. Because then, you know, when every month we agree like, okay, you're supposed to put in this amount, I'm supposed to put in this amount, then it's a forced like savings also rather than being accountable to yourself. Because some people, they don't have the discipline to be accountable to yourself.
It's a tangible way to see your commitment to each other.
Beyond the
us-
ring lah.
Yeah.
For us, it's like we have the same account and we pay our mortgage through it. So it's very easy. So it's like we shared. And I know she doesn't spend much lah, so it's okay.
Do you guys set any limits on spending and have there been any disagreements on them?
Got fight or not?
No,
Not really. It's
I
been
think he knows me well enough to know that like
yeah.
I will not one day come home with like some branded bag.
Yeah.
I buy bag, right? $80. I stand there for damn long.
She'll think 3 months on,
2 months later, haven't buy.
Then I buy instead.
Oh, because you're not clock in the mouse.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, this month haven't hit the cap yet.
Yeah.
This month haven't hit the cap.
I mean, if I really need the thing, then yeah, I will buy. If it's something that is like a bit more frivolous, like clothes or like bags or whatever, then I will go back, think about it for like 1 week plus, 2 weeks, then I'll decide whether I want to buy it.
Oh, that's
What if
amazing.
it's a sale?
What if it's a sale?
Like
That's when you get me.
Girl, man! I saved.
I think when it comes to big ticket items, usually we'll tell each other lah. Like, I don't know what you all consider big ticket items, but like if you want to buy like a screen
Yeah.
tech stuff, then like
Yeah, my one new screen, like 1,200, I spent 1 year to think about it before I buy.
yeah.
It sounds like you guys are quite similar in terms of like spending habits.
There's one thing that he doesn't understand. Okay, not say he doesn't understand lah, but I have a weird thing about taking private hire. So I don't like to take taxi if I can. And sometimes he'll be like, just take it, you know. But I say I have criteria when I want to take taxi.
From Jukun to Changi, you okay to take train?
I will take one.
Oh,
Yeah, respect.
Yeah.
I really respect you.
Is this something that started because of like childhood, or are you just very scrimp and save? Yeah, thrifty.
Actually, mine is from childhood. Because my mom, she was a single mom for like the first maybe like 8-9 years of my life. And I saw how she struggled because she couldn't take care of me by herself because she had to go and work, right? Someone she worked like 2 jobs. So she had to get a helper. And then when she got a helper, there's also like extra expenses. Then like afterwards, when life got a bit better, and she met my stepdad, then like the finances got better. And she tried to, I can tell that she tried to give me a lot of things that she feel I didn't have in the childhood. But that kind of like scarcity mindset sort of like stuck.
right?
It is not a bad thing. It's just like a habit.
It's upbringing, I think.
Yeah, because a lot of how you view money, like they say the scarcity mindset kind
Yeah.
of thing, right? It honestly is from young.
Yeah.
The way you see your parents talk about money,
Yeah.
the way they spend their money,
Yeah.
the way they give you pocket money or manage your purchases.
Yeah.
That's how you see money and like you deal with it as an adult. Yeah.
Actually, Jess and I spending habits quite different.
Oh.
I spend quite a bit. So Jess is very similar to you, like where she doesn't really care for like the branded bags or things like that. But then I like that. So the way that I do my finances is every month there will be your recurring bills. That's like spending and expenses that you know in advance already.
Yep.
Then there's like your play money lah.
Funny money,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I call it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Your hee hee ha ha money.
Every month there is that amount that I set aside also. And then that also depends on like variable expenses, like sometimes unforeseen stuff that you spend on, right? Then that also will eat into your play. It should eat into your play money. So if like I fall sick or like I need to go and see a doctor or I spend something like that I didn't expect to spend on, then I have less play money that month lah. Yeah. So anything left over, then yeah, you can spend guilt free because you know that you've already covered your bases, including your savings, investments, and your bills.
So who pays the bills in your relationship?
Me, oh. It's easier. lah. Yeah. I'll just plan for everything.
Actually, he pays for most things.
Sorry?
Actually, he pays for most things. Like, yeah. Honestly, my credit card, sometimes I don't know how much I spend also. But
Oh my
it's
God, I
not,
love that.
but
Sorry.
it's not, yeah, but it's not something that he will see the bill and go, "Ah!" like that.
Yeah.
No, don't have. Yeah.
Yeah.
If the limit almost there, I'll tell her, you change other card. Oh.
Basically, he gives me 3 credit cards and then he will.
criteria one, algorithm.
Yeah, he simplified it until cannot be any more simplified. Because he was like, okay, this one you use for transport. This one you use for shopping.
Yeah,
Apa?
food, shopping,
And food.
dining, travel,
Then
online,
this
offline.
one, yeah, then this one you use for
Or
yeah,
anything
so,
that's multiple of 5.
then, yeah, that kind of
It's so easy to understand.
Yeah.
Imagine you even put like a label.
Actually, should label all the
Yeah.
cards.
But some cards you must put in the phone.
Then you do test at night lah. You're just like, this one is what? This one is what? What's that? 5, 4, 3, 2.
He notices. The other day he said, oh, I noticed that the transport card you used to pay for food a few times. Then I'm like, you mean you noticed?
I check
Then he was like, yeah.
But it's good lah, it's okay.
Yeah,
Obvious.
he never scold.
It's okay, next week. Yeah, next month
Let's use
just
this
like,
card, okay?
just change. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you struggling to have the money talk with your partner?
To help you guys get started, POSB has put together some good money habits to help you save, protect, grow, and retire, to take you from your first paycheck all the way to retirement across different life stages.
And if you're not sure where to start, you can check out the article in the link in the description box or speak to a POSB wealth planning manager.
So when one partner contributes more financially in a relationship, does it affect the relationship dynamics?
Not really lah. I'm happy to pay lah.
Eh, they very peaceful Love it, yeah.
There comes a point where you realize that actually
It's together one,
Yeah, it's together one. Your money is my money, my money.
Like
your
you're
money.
our team.
Yeah, as in doesn't make sense lah to be so
Oh, I can
calculative.
sense the sadness coming from Q.
I've never felt it.
But actually, it's quite interesting because I have seen on Reddit before people like couples got this kind of money disagreement where they feel like, oh, how come I keep paying, but then like this person never pay, and it can be like it's
Minor amounts.
yeah,
also,
yeah,
right?
minor amounts also.
They want it to be equal.
Maybe some people need the structure of like a percentage. Then, in my opinion, I personally feel like if one person's earning more, it makes more sense for them to pump in a little bit more. If they're not okay with that, it's up to the couple to figure out.
So the only time that I will tap into like Jess's like things, right, will be like you this year you top up CPF already, you top up this already, that kind of thing.
I just do only. I just do. I never ask. It's like, hey, SingPass, you go and log in.
Hey, both of you shake hands, I can be friends.
No, really, I'm really standing in between this right now.
You should be sitting here, right?
I feel the
Because to me, it's like as long as all those bases are covered, everything else is fine.
Sometimes it's less about the micro stuff. It's like the macro stuff is done, right? You're okay already.
Yeah, but speaking of the micro stuff, right, I do know that there are some couples that even after married, right, I hear before, like, yesterday the dinner $10.
Wow.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Gross,
Like you haven't paid me back.
Married,
that kind. Maybe I got here before.
I mean, if it works for them.
Yeah.
No judgment, right?
There's so much disdain.
Let me try again. I mean, if it works for them.
It's the tone, the framing, the tone.
Yeah.
All right, so what are some money habits that you guys adopted that has worked for both of you as a couple?
I think for
You're just here for the vibes. Amanda keeps laughing at every question that I ask.
She's like, then she done.
I think it's just automation, no? Like the moment the money comes in, right, you just make sure that it's like sent out to the different accounts that you need it to be at. And then after that, like what Nick said, is after that it's just funny money or play money. So you automate everything so you don't have that mental overload and you can use it for other things. Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, it's like I have a macro and micro view of like my money in and out. So like even for this year, I would have already planned ahead 2025. What is the target, like your
Net worth.
target net worth?
You got
700
your own
miles.
KPI.
700
Yeah, your
miles.
portfolio must hit a certain like amount, and like even miles also I will like forecast like, okay, this trip I will use and redeem, then this trip I will save, and then what's gonna expire and things like that, right?
Oh, they were very
They're
excited.
smiling at each other. I've never. Nick is literally like, and then he's like,
I get you.
So when there's that annual view, then you can you have a rough plan to follow. Then on a monthly basis, you can adjust accordingly, like unforeseen expenses. It's about removing friction points when it comes to like
Simplifying.
yeah.
How much of your salary do you guys save? Percentage roughly?
I think 50 to 60 have actually.
Yeah, around.
Yeah, it's quite, we are quite
around
high
there.
on it.
You count investment as savings.
I consider investment saving, yeah.
Same about there.
50 to 60 is oh Christ. Because we always see online there's that 50, 20,
It's for 50, 30, 20. And there's a lot of different formulas. Yeah.
So experts recommend setting aside at least 10% of your take-home pay every month and at least 3 to 6 months of expenses as emergency cash.
No, but it's also because like I think a lot of these formulas are very US based, where rental is a very big expense. And then rental you cannot count as savings / investment. Whereas when you
must
pay a
go through it,
mortgage, actually it's part of your
Net worth.
net worth lah. So yeah, it's not as
True,
bad.
it's
And
true.
then because we have CPF and things like that also. And then I think the other thing is that as we grow older and your income increases, the increase will be mostly going into savings ma.
One thing that I also observe about a lot of people that just come out to work is that like, wow, first paycheck, woohoo, you know, that sort of thing. Like, wow, I eat hot pot every day, you know, that sort of thing. But a mindset like that is very, very dangerous because you may have increased in your income a little bit, but then your lifestyle inflation, suddenly you feel like, oh, I can drop a lot of money on everything.
Lifestyle creep is real.
Yeah.
Yes, it is real, it's real.
Yeah.
So actually, do you all have any fun ways of making saving part of your like financial routine?
I will say that financial literacy for me was like not a thing until I realized that lifestyle creep. I have a dog, now I have a cat. Then you have to pay big bills like immigration fees. I think that was like the biggest purchase I ever made. And I stumbled across Dave Ramsey. So he has this thing called a zero-based budget. That was the first time I ever heard of anything called sinking funds. I was like, huh? Where's the boat? but so basically what he does, right, every single dollar and cent is accounted for. And that works really well for me because I'm a very visual person. So every month, because I'm a freelancer, right, I don't get a fixed income, but I set a fixed income for myself. So like, let's say I know that there's this amount, right? This amount will always go to my dog's food. This amount will always go to my transport. And I set aside bubble tea fund. I set aside like friend birthday fund. Every time I'm sitting down and doing my funds, right, I set aside all this money in a sheet that I can see. Like if you spend less on bubble tea, then you can spend more on toys, for example. And I can transfer the money there. I tried with actual cash before because I also like the sound of that. And I literally built a Filofax in my wallet. So a long wallet with tabs that said bubble tea, that said groceries, that said transport, that said whatever. And I built it.
Cool,
I built it in a week by week basis.
That's actually
Instead
cool.
of a monthly budget, I set a weekly budget. So in a week, it's easier for me to visualize.
Oh my god, it's like pocket money last time your parents
It
give.
is. So
per
literally,
week.
I'll be at the bubble tea shop like, okay, I got $5 left only, right? But I still got like $50 from my toys that I never spent. Yeah. Okay, move over. So now I got more money for bubble tea, but I know this week I cannot buy any like
Toys,
toys, for example.
Right.
Just
So
an
it's
example.
tangible lah. Like you can.
It's tangible, and I know every dollar is accounted for. And if I earn more that month, it just goes straight into savings. That's what works for me. It sounds like, but the
get it.
works.
I'm just surprised that you have a Google sheet like him.
Oh, I love.
No, because we always tease him about his sheets, right? And then you actually have one.
No,
Oh my god,
I-
you're so much a hypocrite.
Yeah,
So what about you guys? Do you all use any apps to track your spending or set your budgets?
So basically, we have our joint account on POSB, and then both our salaries go inside, and then we use that to pay for our home loan with DBS, and then we also have the money out feature that we can see where the money is going on. So that's quite nice. Yeah, it's an easy way to see whether we are spending more than we are making.
I love it. It's Finding Nemo.
When he opens his Excel sheet of all his credit cards and all the expenditure and everything, everything is color coded. Everything is many different tabs. Opening, I feel like I entered the matrix.
Oh wow.
That's his 小三 eh.
It's really, yeah.
At
And
least you know I will not cheating with me on Excel.
no, really. Then like the amount of like brain power that he uses on his finances, right? I don't know, man. I feel like a chimpanzee next to him sometimes.
No.
It's like really like wow, you know.
The thing is like with this kind of like money stuff, right? This sort of structure stuff. At some point, it's an algorithm. You have like a few steps that you go through. That after just like, oh, how much is this? What spending it is? Then pop. Then you have the answer. It's very straightforward.
Nick, eh?
I track my credit card expenditure like quite regularly.
Every day?
Actually, almost every day, because you must make sure you don't hit the cap for the amounts. So then naturally you will be keeping track of your expenses already. There won't be any surprise like, oh, how come suddenly like this amount? Yeah.
On the topic of finance, how do you guys stay protected when it comes to risk? Do you guys have insurance together?
Oh, yeah. So I think other than our working insurance, I'm a believer in buy term, invest the rest. So we buy a yearly term plan that it's like a certain amount.
So
and
you
then
say one more time.
BTIR,
God.
buy term, invest the
This
rest.
whole episode is just Joey, me, and Amanda just.
Term, invest the rest.
So the concept of term insurance and life insurance is a bit different. Term, you pay and you never get anything back, but it's much lower for the same amount of like coverage. But if you buy like life insurance, you can get some money back, but it's much higher lah. Yeah. So I'm the type
What
that I
is it?
spend less.
What he's saying.
Nick is in love. Let me just tell you that. Jess, I'm so sorry. We've lost the man.
Yeah.
I feel so seen like
What about you? Insurance.
okay, so because we don't plan to have kids at this point, so I'm quite light on insurance. The most important thing to me is hospitalization, travel insurance, and then I buy term also lor. Yeah.
So, what other key areas of insurance do you guys recommend?
To me, I think the main thing is to make sure that anything that could potentially be a stressor in your life is covered. So things like health, life, critical illness, your mortgage, disability, and then any other general sort of insurance like travel,
Your car insurance.
car insurance, and things like that lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we got married, we both got the term insurance just to make sure that whatever expenses we have, if any of us pass, then it will be covered. So I think that was the big move that we did together before getting married and getting a place together. I think the other big thing also is we figure out how to invest together, like in a nice way. So I mean, what we do is we have a lot of automated stuff. So we put in the same joint account. And then when we do investments, it just comes up from the same joint account. And even though it's like sometimes going to her account to put, some is in my account just to min-max a bit. End day is all automated.
And actually, in terms of investments, both of us have very different personalities.
I'm a lot more risk taking.
Yeah, so usually I'm more risk averse, and he's like okay, let's play, because he will like monitor every day, you know, that sort of thing. So yeah.
Yeah, but that's why every time, even though I invest her money for her, right, I try to put like, okay, in bonds or in like T-bills, things that are like a lot safer for her. So it's like, don't worry, this money is insured by Singapore government. If
If you lose your money, you got bigger things to worry about.
Yeah, exactly.
You pull out the Singapore government thing, then everyone feels safe already.
Yeah. Then like sometimes, a few times like he invests for me, then he was okay, your money is here. Then I'll be like, why is this number red color with the arrow going down? Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
It's okay.
Yeah, it's like, it's okay. Then he's like, it's okay. Sometimes it's green, sometimes it's red.
It's
I'm
okay.
like, okay.
Yeah, what's important is 20 years from now is what color.
Honestly, after this conversation, I feel like I need to marry someone like this too, man.
Then you
Very
can just
finance
passenger
savvy.
princess
Yeah,
your-
oh my god, I want to be like Amanda. She's just like that. The whole time,
Is it supposed to be pink color?
But see the potential.
Okay.
Correct.
I invest.
Yeah.
Diamond in the rough.
Yeah.
Rough.
Like the face, right, cannot eat one. Cannot 吃饭的.
Honestly, I never understood investing until I talked to my friend, and she was basically explaining to me that we are losing money to inflation. And when she put it that way, I was like, you are right. Because to me, it's like, why you want to play? Like, especially how TV portrays it. They're always like, at the TV, right? And I'm like, this is terrifying. And I think of like the New York, like,
No, and also because
Wall Street.
last time when we were young, you watch the drama.
yeah, then they always say,
Then they
I
always
lost all my
我玩
investments.
股票, then I lost everything.
Right.
There was such a common theme last time.
Yeah, and it's always like this on TV. So I'm like, oh my god, investments are
But no,
scary.
actually, it's not that complex.
Yeah, so then my friend told me you can invest in companies that you like. Like you can look up like companies that you feel for. They can be almost not say charity, but like organizations that you align with morally, ethically as well. And I'm like, oh, I never thought about that.
Okay, so in terms of investing, experts actually recommend that you set aside at least 10% of your take-home pay every month to invest, which is, it doesn't sound like much, 10%, but it goes a long way because with compounding over time, your money will grow exponentially as well.
Excited.
I love the
He
C
like,
word,
yup.
compounding.
His chest actually got compounding tattooed on it. Bam! I love investment.
Question part! Okay, guest first.
Yes, guess first.
Would you rather trust your partner to hold on to and keep track of your savings or the other way around? Of course,
Come on, man, this one.
Keep track of my savings. He knows things that I forgot I even bought.
Oh my god, I love that.
So me?
yeah.
Would you rather have a low-paying job that you love or a high-paying job that you hate? I think I would prefer a high-paying job. People say money can't buy happiness. I disagree.
No, I
Money can
kind of
buy
agree too.
security.
Compartmentalize.
Yeah.
Just compartmentalize.
Would you rather have more time or more money? More money lah.
When you have more time to earn money also.
But you got more
Nah.
money, you don't need the time really.
I'm
True.
happy with 24 hours.
If you found $10,000 on the ground, how would you split it between your parents, your partner, your best friend, and yourself?
You will keep your 10K because you think you can invest better than them.
Yeah. I keep,
Between all these people, they say best friend, partner, parents,
yeah,
They're just
I'm in
these
the best
people.
position to. When it's 100K, then I split.
You can say, guys, oh my god, I found $500. What expensive purchase would upset you if you found out your partner bought it without discussing it with you first?
Ooh, they're spicy. Oh my god.
Should I got this one?
Anything that is not on him, myself, or immediate family.
The cat can? The dog can?
Can lah.
Oh.
No, if
Immediate
you bought it on someone that like I don't really know very well, then and you didn't consult me first, I'd be like,
So he
why?
can buy anything for himself, it's fine. He suddenly come back and he buy a car.
Or a
It's a bit too
bike.
much.
A bike that is
Bicycle.
50K.
I'm really okay with it. We are both very chill like that.
Okay lah.
I trust him as a person, and if he made a mistake, then we'll work through it together.
Oh, so cute.
So how do you guys align your financial goals as a couple? The long-term plans lah, maybe.
Or even things like in shorter term, like say getting a car, like having children, that sort of thing. Would you all have already put those financial guardrails around like, okay, we need to be prepared in case
I think a little bit lah. Basically, it's like I poll a lot of my colleagues and friends who have kids and then understand roughly how much they spend on a monthly. And I put like a buffer on it and make sure that my salary can cover it. That's one.
Yeah.
And then obviously, when the kid comes, you'll buy like policies for them or like foundation and all that kind of things. And in that context, it's also like long-term stuff, right? Is that how much can you put into the market so that even if you pass, you will have a nice pot for the kid.
Legacy planning.
Actually, one of our previous episodes, you were talking about retirement and how all the more you should think about retirement if you already know that you don't come from a very financially strong background.
Yeah.
And then it got me thinking about what retirement looks like to me, like how that's even possible. How do you guys envision your retirement life?
I think for me, it's like I want to have kind of like a life that every month or every few months you have the opportunity to travel. So for me, it's like I benchmark my retirement pot to be able to draw down on it and be able to have that lifestyle. And I think it's important. It's like there's two types of investment. One is like super risky or like more risky where it's like in the open market. And the other type is like we have the luxury of the CPF. Yeah, so I put a lot of money into my CPF. Number one, to reduce the taxes that I have to pay every year. And then it has a stable return. So even if I burn my hands in the open market, I know I will have my retirement sum. Yeah, and then after that, there's also the SRS, so the supplementary retirement savings, I think. But that one also, it depends on where your salary range is. Once your tax bracket is really quite high, then it's worth it. But for most people, I don't think it's super worth it.
Then actually, like in your retirement, do you plan on having like passive income streams?
Outside of like the lump sum that we invest and draw down from, not really right now. There's no plans for like any side businesses and all that kind of stuff. But at some point, if that becomes a thing, then it can run on its own. Why not? But I don't really believe in like passive income. Like you have to work towards it.
Yeah, actually, I think that's the thing. Because a lot of people always imagine passive income as like this dream scenario where like, oh, suddenly I don't need to do anything and then like money will keep coming in.
Yeah.
But actually you need to put in quite a lot of effort.
Yes.
Like even being a landlord, for example, right? It's a lot of effort there. You go and like make sure like, oh, the house is okay, your tenant is happy, paying on time.
It's all about actually. So that's why for me, I believe in like the stock market and like just annuities and stuff like that on CPF because you know it's safe even though like the returns are not crazy, but you know you're gonna get it.
But I think the main takeaway based on what you're saying is that it's important to also just like diversify, so you don't put all your eggs in one basket lah.
Okay, guys, to wrap this up, what would you say is the most important factor in managing couple finance successfully?
I think that getting in tune with your partner's spending habits, number one, is very, very important. Because I think, honestly, that is where a lot of arguments come about. Maybe one person is more of a saver, another person is more of a spender. Then you will need to know that whether you can live with this for the rest of your life, especially if you are going to a long-term relationship.
So for me, I think it's more like don't be so calculative and really need to trust your partner. And I think sometimes it's like, it depends on your personal ability and your interest, right? So like Amanda, she knows like she's not super interested in this, but she trusts me to help her do it. So I think that's a very important dynamic to have, right? You cannot both be like, don't care, or both be like too hate banging against each other. So if you realize that that's not what you like, just accept that somebody can help you. It's okay. It's a partnership in the end.
I think the calculative portion is like super important because like the way that I see Jess and I like financially is like we are one. Because when you look at it as like we are one entity, then you realize that there's equal responsibility to make sure like our shared finances are in good shape. The other thing also is that like talking about spending habits, I feel like pre-marriage that should be something that is aligned already. But then at the same time, spending habits I realize like can change also. Like there are people who buy branded stuff and then they will spend, but the minute like a kid comes, right, then their priorities really shift and like they like wake up a bit, you know. So I think as these spending habits evolve and change, then your partner needs to be kept in the loop and there needs to be that communication also lah. The important thing is that both of you must be aligned though.
It's true.
Thank you for joining us on The Hot Pot. You can also listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Me Listen.
And subscribe to our channel if you haven't already.
And of course, a huge thanks once again to Amanda and Justin for joining us.
Yay! Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
To find out more about POSB's money habits, go over to their website linked in our description box below, where you can read more to find out about how you can improve your financial well-being.
And we will see you on the next episode.
Bye! Pet insurance also, actually.
Yeah.
My dog doesn't even play rugby. Then she kena CCL there.
CCL is what?
It's the ACL,
ACL
equivalent for a dog.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
cat
I thought
shit
CCI
lah.
is Circle Line.
What happens is like CCL one side, right? Because they limp, then after you
Kena the
fix this
other
side, right, the other side kena.
Oh my god, it's like my knees now. I run. No. When I run, right, my left side pain, I put knee guard, then my right side pain.